I am Slick Nick. Let's talk about being 40 years old and looking good for my age. Now, you think, wow, who is this guy? This guy's like full of himself, right? Well, today, in real time as I'm filming this, it's my wife's 40th birthday. And people say the same thing about her. They can't imagine today's her 40th birthday. They said the same thing and still say the same thing as people learn that I'm 40. So what I want to do in this video is unpack why it is that I, quote, look good for 40. And why people typically say, I would have thought you were in your late 20s. I've been hearing that a whole lot by people who have been finding out that I recently turned 40. So what I want to do is figure out on my end the main reasons people say that. And I wrote it down right here. And what I said was fit, food, and style. So that may sound pretty simple, but let me break it down. I think it's worth it. Fit, food, and style. When people look at me, why do I not look like perhaps the average 40-year-old American man? You know, look around you at 40-year-old men, get an assessment of what that looks like, and then you see me. I don't belong into that. Now, it takes effort, I will say that, but maybe not as much effort as some people might think. So let's talk about the first part, being fit. Now, when you look at the obesity rates in the United States, you're going to find that the majority of people in the United States are either overweight or obese, especially as they get older. So for a man who's 40 years old living in a country like this, the default is to at least be overweight, which I'm not. And I know I'm wearing a hoodie, which might, distract from the fact that I'm 5'9" and 158 pounds, 57 pounds. So clearly I'm not obese, but that's not the default. Granted, yes, I'm at the gym 3 to 6 days a week, and I'm very focused on my workouts. But the main thing I'm doing is also that I'm walking 3 miles a day. I think that does a whole lot to keep me fit. And if you want to see what my size is, you can look in other videos when I'm not wearing a hoodie. But I felt like wearing a hoodie in this video. So that's a big part of it. Being fit automatically is going to make me stand out. Well, that goes into the next one. They're one and the same. Largely they're connected, and that is food. What do I eat? I do not eat like the average 40-year-old American man. I do not. I do intermittent fasting, like even for now. I'm not making this up. Right now it's 2:45 p.m. I've only consumed 90 calories and I've been up since 5 a.m. I had black coffee with a teaspoon of MCT oil. That's 45 calories, pure fat. I did the same thing just a little while ago before I started making this video. And I'm fine, full of energy, work a full-time job, not tired, not hungry. Often I don't eat until 2 o'clock. Today, it's almost 3. I'll just be having one meal, the OMAD, the 1 meal a day. So now granted, I often average about 200, or actually 2,000 calories a day, not 200, never do that. 2,000 calories a day. I'm usually getting at least 100 grams of protein in, usually about 150 grams of fat in there, very little carbs. That's ultimately another way of saying I'm keto. And I've been doing this for quite a while, pushing a year now at this point. I love it, and it's really working for me, and I'm very happy with it. But it works for me. That's just my vehicle to get there. Other people would just strictly count calories or become vegan or whatever it might be, but ultimately I'm committed to a plan that works for me and that makes me happy. So yes, I'm fit, I'm an active person, but also the food that I eat is a big part of that. Now there's another thing I'll tell you. Every single day I have a serving of kimchi, which is fermented cabbage from Korea. And it's full of probiotics. And that's very important to me that I eat that every day. So, but the food that I'm eating, I'm not really eating carbs. I'm not eating junk food. I'm not eating foods from fast food. I'm really not eating bread. So this is what a guy looks like who doesn't eat carbs basically, but instead focuses on fat and protein while also being active. But the last one, and I largely talk about it on this Red Pill Looks Maxing channel, is style. That's something that we cannot take for granted. You could have a guy who maybe is 40 and he is fit and he's eating right, but he doesn't have a good sense of style. And granted, I'm not here to say that wearing jeans and a pink hoodie is the best possible thing to wear. But maybe it's best that I'm wearing this by chance on this video because I'm here to prove that point. that even in my simplicity, I'm still paying attention. I'm not dressing like a slob. I'm making sure that I have the right size clothing. For me, as a medium shirt, that my jeans, they fit the right way. These are 31, 32 Levi's. They fit nice. They're not just big, baggy, sloppy clothes. That's important to me. And so also, and it's not just what your shirt and your shoes and your jeans, but also other little subtle things like this. You know, I wear contacts now, but even when I am wearing glasses, let me show you the glasses I have. So I've got these classic Turtles. Now, it's funny, I won't be able to see once I put these on because I got my contacts on, but you know, these are I don't have those wire frame glasses that are no longer cool, no matter how you wear them. And I've even got these super cool clear ones, which are a bunch of fun. Most days I'm wearing my contacts, but even when I'm wearing glasses, they're cool glasses. Not that I paid a lot for them, because I'm really big into saving money. I got both of those from Walmart, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very happy with my frames from Walmart. But also, what about other accessories? What about hats? Okay? And granted, I'm all for your basic ball cap. That's very important. But I keep things interesting. You know, I've got some of these snapback flat bill ones, like this one here from Huey. I've had this since the year 2000 when I was in college. I love these old cabbie hats here. And here's just a classic fedora, a really fun summery Jason Mraz looking thing. So it's also about those accessories. So am I a person who's obsessed with my looks? No, but I've always been aware of what is going to make me stand out instead of just being a slob or looking like a slob or looking average. It's funny because one of the t-shirts I own, and I've actually mentioned it on this channel, you can look it up, but it's a shirt that says slightly above average. And it's a joke, because who goes around admitting I'm slightly above average? Obviously, do I really feel that way? Not necessarily, but it is one of my goals. I want to stand out as far as the things I can control, and this is how this channel is about Red Pill, because you're focusing on what you can control, not on what you can't. You focus on what you can control, and you develop that, and you work at that. And the things you can't control, you don't worry about. But see, men can control their fitness. Men can control the food that they eat. And men can control their sense of style. Not that you have to spend a bunch of money for that. Not that you have to have a huge wardrobe. But what you do have, you just keep it simple and you work with that as far as with what you got. So I would tell you that ultimately, those are the three things that help make sure that I look good for a 40-year-old guy. I know there's gonna be people say, yeah, but look, you still have a lot of your hair for a 40-year-old guy. But if I didn't, I would shave it off and I would embrace that. Because ultimately, even if you lose all your hair, it's like you stop aging it. It's about, you might initially look older at first, but when you're fit and when you have good style and you're eating right and taking care of yourself, granted, you may be a 22-year-old guy that shaves his head and that automatically makes you look closer to 30. Well, okay, but when you're 30, you're gonna look younger for your age compared to most guys that are 30. So it's a matter of focusing on what you can control, not on what you can't. This is Red Pill. Your comments belong right here.